What's up, my brothers? This is Corey from Lion Dads with another video for you guys. Since we're getting close to the Christmas holidays season, pretty much in full swing in it actually, I thought I would do a video for a lot of you guys looking at doing this kind of a diet, or maybe you just got started and you're a family man, you got your traditions and everything, and it's a little tougher to stick to your goals this time of year. So I thought I'd drop one of these and give you guys some insight into what I do now that I'm on my path to getting better, healing, getting fit, staying that way, and trying to inspire my family to do the same thing. So, being the holidays, being Christmas time, it is tougher this time of year to stay on track. A lot of us grew up with a lot of different Christmas traditions with all the foods we ate. We have our favorite desserts or our favorite foods or our favorite drink or whatever that comes out this time of year that we always look forward to. And it's tough. It's tough because when you're on this path to getting better, to self-improvement and fixing your life and healing and getting fit, you kind of have to teach yourself to break these traditions a little bit. And I'm no different. I grew up in a very traditional kind of American family, where there was going to grandma's house and she was a huge baker. There was pies and cookies and everything at our disposal, along with whatever other foods. It was like having a second Thanksgiving every year when Christmas would roll around, because we'd have a Christmas dinner and there'd be all kinds of options of foods you can eat. And I've carried that off into my adult life as well. My kids grew up, and I wanted them to grow up in the same household, same kind of traditions that I kind of grew up with. So they've also got the same memories of growing up with the different desserts. My wife, she bakes really well. So we've just kind of carried those traditions on in our household. And now, in the last few years, as I transition to this phase in my life where I'm focusing on health and fitness and trying to inspire my family to do the same thing, we've had to adjust. I've had to adjust. And, being the dad of the household, I adjust. Everybody kind of adjusts. They kind of, in my household anyway, they go as I go, right? So there's a lot of temptations this time of year. As I said, there's a lot of good foods, and I'm no different. I like those seasonal Christmas beers. I used to drink them every year. I love the cookies. I love the cakes. I like the side dishes. I like all the high carby stuff. And these, like I said, were all traditions that I ate. And now I'm kind of adjusting that. I'm kind of taking a different path while still trying to enjoy my time with my family. My situation now, I don't have my parents or grandparents have all passed on, and my parents live in another state, but my sister lives across the street from me, her and her husband and their kids, and they're not on the same path that I'm on. They don't follow the same diet that I do. And we spend the holiday with them. So in my house, we have to find ways to work around what they're eating and make our own options that we can use, and still have to have the self-control, because they're going to be bringing their foods over. There's going to be these options around. Usually this stuff wouldn't even be in the house and it wouldn't be a problem. But they're going to be bringing over, I'm sure, making pie or some kind of side dish or anything like that. So what you have to do this time of year is think ahead, plan what you're going to do, and make your decisions all in advance. You need to sit and you need to talk to yourself or think with yourself about how you're going to enact that self-control, and you're going to stick to your plan and think of the bigger picture in mind, because ultimately we all have choices and we all have a goal we're working for. And we all want to, if you want to get healthy and you want to get in shape and you want to stick to this way of eating, which leads to that, you're going to have to enact that self-control and have those tough conversations with yourself about what's more important to you. You know, the nostalgia factor of that food hitting your tongue, or sticking to your goal, waking up, feeling good the next day, and moving on. So, what do I do? So, obviously, my big focus is on the main dish, which is the big meat thing, right? So, like, since we did a Thanksgiving turkey, and I'm not the biggest turkey guy ever. Um, Usually for Christmas, my wife, who's a huge ham person, she wants to do a ham. So I usually try to do that. We do like a Christmas ham, and I try to minimize what I put on it. That would be anything that doesn't fit my diet. You know, obviously I think I said in the last video, I do use some seasonings. I make sure there's no sugar, there's no seed oils. It's all natural stuff that you can get from like spice shops downtown or something. I don't try to get like the commercial crap in the store, because they put a lot of fillers and it's mass produced garbage, and they put a lot of non-sticking agents and all kinds of stuff in them. So when I'm seasoning the food for the holidays, I want to have that little spice and that taste to it. You know, just that kind of brings that memory back, the smell and everything. So just make sure when you're doing that, you're making the right choices. That you're buying things, you're looking at the ingredient list like always. The other thing you can do is sides, right? Everybody wants sides. And so if you're in my house and you want sides, a big one that we always do is deviled eggs. Deviled eggs are a huge one for us. Every holiday, every get together, every gathering, we're probably going to be those people that are bringing deviled eggs. Like I think I've mentioned before in a past video, like eggs are a huge staple of my diet, and I eat them every day. I put a lot of value in eggs. I got another video planned that's going to be all about eggs. Um, they're just a big one for me. So deviled eggs are like a nice way. Obviously, look at what you're putting in them. You know, look at the stuff that goes into your deviled eggs. Make sure you're making good choices there. But we're always doing deviled eggs. Deviled eggs are the big one. Other than that, I'm really not going to be making a lot of sides. I have experimented with other things. Like I've made carnivore mashed potatoes, again with eggs, egg yolks, and sour cream. And I just whipped it all together. A little heavy, I think a little butter in there. And I whipped it all together, and man, it was awesome. It tasted like mashed potatoes. So if you're like a mashed potato person, everybody else is taking down mashed potatoes, and you're like, man, I want some of that. Well, there's an option you can try. Is it going to be exactly the same as you always get? No, it's not. You know, I always talk about how there's carnivore options that you can get or make for yourself that are substitutes for other things. Are they always exactly the same as what you get if you're taking down the high carb food and you want to tear up some mashed potatoes or you want something like that? No, it's never going to be exactly the same, but it's good enough for me. So you just need to remember what's important to me. Why am I doing this? What's this for? Is this for me to taste the good food for 10 seconds and think about it and get the memories of eating this crap from when I was a kid? Or is it important for me to stick to my goals and feel good and get better and get healthy and see many, 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 many more Christmases with my kids and their kids someday, and until I'm old and still able to do stuff and be active and be super healthy. So what can you do? That's basically what you need to think about, is those things. The best thing I can recommend to you guys is think about what's important to you. Keep reminding yourself of why you even started this in the first place. And is the little cheat meals and it's the holidays, is that crap important to you? Or is it important for you to keep going? Keep going, keep setting that example. Because if you falter and you fail and if you make excuses for yourself, your kids are going to see that. You know, your family's going to see that. And they're going to say, well, dad does that. You know, there were so many times growing up, I'd see things my dad did. And, oh, my dad does that. I can do that. And dads aren't perfect. We're not perfect. We're not always going to make the right choice. But the people younger than you or the people that look up to you don't always see it that way. Not until it's too late and they've made the same mistakes. So that's basically it. Remember, what you decide to do is ultimately up to you. It's your responsibility to take care of yourself. All I can really do is give you advice and tell you what I would do. I'm not sitting here telling you what I think you should do or what you should do, because everybody has to make their own decision and everybody has to make their own choice. So figure out what works for you and what's the best for you and act accordingly. And so, other than that, that's all I got for you guys. I hope everybody watching, all my lion dads out there, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. If you want to get started after Christmas, after the New Year, it's totally understandable. I'm a big why not start now? Why not now guy. I don't like putting anything off. I did that too many times in the past, and you just keep putting things off. The best time starts right now. But if you're waiting until after New Year, that's great. I got more content coming for you guys. Keep an eye out for all that. I'm had a busy couple weeks. I know between videos it was kind of a long week, but I had a lot going on. Had a house guest and had some work stuff and catching up on things before taking a break. So I will get more to you guys. In the meantime, why don't you subscribe to my channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button so you can see all the content I get as it comes out. Like I said, I promise there's going to be a lot more coming. Leave me a comment below in the comment section. If you have any questions, I'll make sure and hit you up and answer anything you got. Get a good conversation going. Maybe you got some good ideas about what you do, what you have planned for Christmas and how you're going to stick to your goals this year. So, as always, you can find links to my social media down below. Got Twitter, got Facebook, and as I said, more content coming soon. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Lion Dads out.